Nike does not want to stop resellers. What's up everybody, I'm Seth Fowler, and today's video is a little bit more off the cuff than I usually am. I don't actually write scripts for any of these videos. That's probably why it takes me like 2 hours to film each one, because I just ramble and then cut out all the rambling. But in today's video, I wanted to talk about something that I've been thinking about a lot, and that's the fact that sure, Nike's making some changes to make reselling more difficult, but I don't think they want to stop reselling altogether. Before we get into that though, I want to tell you all about an app that I'm legally obliged to tell you that I'm a part owner of, and that's the Unboxed app. If you haven't yet checked out the Unboxed app, it's one of the best sneaker apps out there. It allows you to categorize your sneakers, insure your sneakers, legit check your sneakers, pretty much everything sneaker related. And if you guys want to check it out, which I definitely recommend, make sure to click that link in the top of the description below. But this week, Unboxed just rolled out Unboxed Plus. Unboxed Plus has a ton of awesome features, including tracking your sneaker collection up to $1 million in value using the #1 database in the world. Market value estimate of your sneaker collection in real time to see your collection's gains or losses, restocks and drop alerts at a price substantially lower than cook groups, and of course access to the concierge service, which provides one-on-one assistance with your sneaker related questions and needs, and a great add-on bonus of 2 free legit checks. Not only that, but every person that signs up for Unboxed Plus through October 21st, 2022 will be entered into a giveaway for a free pair of Air Jordan 1 Lost and Founds in their size. And right now you can grab Unboxed Plus for 40% off through the app. So if you guys want to check out Unboxed and Unboxed Plus for yourself, make sure to click that link in the top of the description below. But getting back into the video, last week Nike Korea made a pretty large change to their terms and conditions. The most notable change, to quote from the document itself, says, "If Nike determines that a purchase or order is intended for resale, Nike reserves the right, in its sole discretion and as it relates to such purchase or order, to suspend the application of any Nike policy that provides a right or benefit intended for direct-to-consumer purchases, and take any action to hinder such purchase or order and deter future purchases or orders, including without limitation to restrict sales to any consumer account or member account, cancel orders, charge restocking fees, impose purchase quantity limits, decline to issue refunds or take returns, deny access to any Nike store, and or suspend or close any account." I mean, that's pretty crazy for Nike to outline all the things that they are able to and can do to you if they suspect you of reselling. And sure, over the last 10 years, Nike has said that they would do things to stop botting and stop reselling, or at least try to, but this is the first time that they've laid out specific things that their employees can do to you if they suspect you of reselling. Other than, of course, canceling your order or maybe secretly blacklisting your account if they suspect you of reselling. And I mean, realistically, up to this point, it seems like a lot of the things, or most of the things that Nike said that they were going to do to try and stop reselling and stop botting hasn't really worked and has been more of lip service than anything else. And I mean, personally, I don't have a problem inherently with reselling, because most businesses are actually resale businesses. They buy a product from a factory and then they resell it for more. In fact, that's exactly what Nike does. But when it comes to collectible items like this, it's kind of frustrating when the end consumer that the item is designed for isn't able to grab the item for the intended price. And really, I don't have a problem with resellers. They're doing what they need to do to make their money. It's capitalism. It's a free market. You can do whatever you want. But at the same time, it does suck when a reseller posts a picture online of them with a huge warehouse of shoes that no one is able to get because they ate up most of the stock. And I think in this case, the onus really lands on Nike to be the one to get the product to the people who actually want the product to wear the product, and not allow resellers to buy up all the stock. And it seems like that's what they're trying to do, at least at surface level. Because like I said, reselling has been there since the beginning of time. It's something that's never going to go away, and it's something that no matter what kind of product you sell, if your product is desired by a lot of people and there's less product than there's demand, there's going to be resellers. But here's where it gets really interesting. I don't think Nike wants to stop resellers. I honestly think Nike implementing these changes is reactionary. I think you can attribute it in part to Nike stock being down, which granted the entire stock market's down. We're in a bear market, so you can't say it's all because Nike isn't doing as well as they used to be doing, although they aren't. I think it's because they're getting a huge amount of complaints from people who aren't able to get the shoes, normal people who want to buy the more hyped up and more limited product who can't buy it, not just because it's limited, but also because the botters and the resellers eat it up, but mainly because it seems like consumers are becoming increasingly more disenchanted with Nike as a brand, and they're trying to do something to make it look like they're actually making a change. And I'm not trying to say that Nike is not going to make these changes, because I absolutely think that they will make these changes, not just in Korea, but I'm sure this is something that's going to come to the US, and I think it is a good thing overall that they do make these changes. But I really just feel like this is more of a PR thing for Nike than really anything else. And I might be wrong on that. I think most people at Nike have good intentions and agree with this and want resellers to not eat up all the stock. But I think As a whole, resellers actually help Nike more than they hurt Nike, and I think Nike knows that. Obviously, Nike would prefer to make the money that resellers make on top of their product themselves. And I've heard the argument that Nike hates resellers because they're eating into their profits. I'm sure they would love to cut out the resellers and sell those shoes for resale price and make that extra profit, but at the end of the day, if those shoes were sold for that price at retail, no one would buy them. Realistically, they couldn't do that without completely destroying the market. Maybe they'd be able to make a couple extra bucks for a couple months while people grab the pairs that they weren't able to grab before for maybe resale or a little bit less. I mean, shoes are never sold out on StockX, but it's not a long-term play that would last. I think the reason a lot of these shoes are able to resell is because they're coveted and no one can get them. Those shoes would always be in stock on Nike's website, removing a lot of their appeal. So raising their prices might stop resale, but it would also destroy their brand. But I don't think this is about a little bit of extra profit on top of what Nike already makes on top of their shoes. I think the reason that Nike loves resellers is because essentially for them, it's free advertising.
It's free real estate.
Not only are resellers constantly advertising Nike's product online and in their stores, they're also creating a market that makes some of these products very coveted, making Nike's brand overall more valuable. I mean, half the reason people know about sneakerheads is because they've heard some story on the news about a pair of shoes selling for thousands of dollars, and that wouldn't happen without resellers.
That's right, 23 ABC's Lauren Titus joins us live at Valley Plaza Mall with the very latest. What's going on out there, Lauren?
Hey, good morning, Mike and Aaron. We are here at the Valley Plaza Mall, where, as you can see behind me, people are already lining up for the 2012 new edition of Air Jordans. Take a look. There's a line of about 30 people already waiting outside here. They've been waiting since 3 o'clock yesterday. As you can see, they're bundled up, braving this cold.
Resellers buying in-demand product like Travis Scott Air Jordan 1s and then reselling them for a lot more money increases the perceived value of that product, even though the quality of that shoe is probably pretty similar to Nike's other sneakers, which sell for regular price. And by increasing the perceived value of a brand's products, you're also increasing the perceived value of the brand itself. I mean, let's be honest, people want more expensive things in a lot of cases purely because they're more expensive. And the more that people want the products that you make, the more products you'll sell and the more valuable your brand will become in the long run. Sure, you could argue that Nike is missing out on a couple bucks for every pair that is resold, but at the same time, they've already made their money. They're moving on to the next thing. They don't need that couple of extra bucks because they're making even more money because their brand is more valuable, which means they can sell more products to normal people. So in my opinion, Nike does not want to stop reselling, because if they did, it would destroy the resale market, which in turn would destroy the perceived value of a lot of their products. Sure, they might want to slow it down a little bit to make consumers happy and allow people to grab the shoes that they've wanted for a while, who haven't been able to grab them because of the big resellers, but at the same time, if they took out resellers, they would destroy their own perceived value, and that's something that I don't think that they want to do. But hey, that was just me rambling for the last 20 minutes. I would love to know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Do you agree with me? Do you not agree with me? Let me know. And as always, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.